morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Another beautiful morning so far.
It was hot, though.
Yeah, right now, 73 degrees. Yesterday, it was 89. But the hot is winding down. Today, it will be hot with storms possible. Really? Even a thunderstorm, showers, and a tenth of an inch of rain. Today's high, 83.
Let's take a look outside at our hometown heating, cooling, and more Skycam. See how it looks outside today. Well, I guess we aren't going to take a look and see. It's so hot that the camera's not working.
Tina's still on her way up.
Tina is on her way up. You know what I did last night? I drove to Hastings, Michigan.
I heard about that, yeah.
My first drive to Hastings, Michigan. Now I know why everyone complains about it. There's really, you're not sure if you're going the right way. There's not many convenience stores, but yeah, it was fun. So I watched a volleyball game.
Oh, how'd it go?
It was great.
Was it your first one ever?
First one that I've watched my child play. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was great. Wonderful.
I did see a video that you sent, and
did.
it appeared that you were actually standing on the baseline.
No, I was not. I actually was good. I just sat there because I don't really know what to say. I was seated in the second row behind Lonnie Shore and Jade Clark. They had the front row.
Oh,
So,
nice.
thank you.
And how does it? You play two games or what?
I don't want to get into all of it now. I haven't. I don't know all the terminology, so I won't get into it. Let's go outside now, shall we? Our
Hazy.
Ew, it looks hot. That's what it looks like in East Lansing all the time. I've always noticed that. It's just a little cloudier than it is here. Have you noticed that? Ever since I was a kid.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I think maybe because Michigan State University's there. Maybe
Marijuana.
that's why.
I didn't know it was the Michigan show.
I just.
It's apparently a Michigan
I
show.
wanted to make sure that you were.
Trash Michigan State.
I wanted to make sure he was awake because I thought I saw him kind of slip off over
Yeah,
there.
I'm awake.
So,
You did a good job.
thank you.
I've been watching the U.S. Open. Have you been watching?
Watched
any
a
of
few
that?
minutes of it last
Yeah.
night, but realized that if I committed to this match, I would be up till 2 in the morning. So, who won?
It didn't quite go till 2 in the morning. We had Shelton finally won. It was amazing. He's going to be playing.
This was the two Americans playing each other, correct?
Yeah. And it was like 120 degrees, and between every switch they went and changed clothes.
I feel like I'm going to need to change clothes in the commercial break. Is it hot in here?
It's so hot. It's hot in most of the country right now. We're having a heat wave, and in New York and Washington D.C. it's really hot. So that's what you're seeing the media stories about that. In Nebraska, someone baked cornbread on the street. Yes.
Jeez.
Yeah. John Visart went out with some Jiffy Mix and his Griswold cast iron Abel Skyver skillet. And it took 6 hours, but he made some delicious cornbread muffins.
Well, those look good.
Wow.
Those look tasty.
That's amazing how hot. I used tinfoil and the sun.
Very good.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, the Lions open the season against the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. The Chiefs are a 6.5-point favorite, but anything can happen. Now, Brandon, let me ask you, we're not going to get too upset if the Lions lose this first game, right? I mean, they're playing a great team, but if they win,
Look out.
Super
Look
Bowl.
out.
Super Bowl bound. And heard Travis Kelce might not play in the game either.
I have doubts. I think he's going to play.
You think he's going to play?
I think he's going to play.
Kelsey,
Yeah, Travis Kelce, the tight end.
you don't
for the
think he's
Chiefs.
going to play?
Well, there was a report saying he might have suffered an injury, and the fantasy league upstairs has been chirping about it.
He's been busy being a media personality.
He is very trendy. He's a sneakerhead. You know, most of these guys are not really sneakerheads. They just got rich and bought every pair of shoes they ever wanted, like in the last year or two. He's one of those guys. But yeah, he's you always see him out on the red carpet, don't you?
It's going to be a Hollywood star
Yeah,
someday.
he is.
We've got Tropical Storm Lee.
I was going to bring that up.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
It's possibly going to become our third hurricane of the season. And it's not just hurricane season. You know what else? You know what else it is?
Tropical storm.
Well, yeah, but it's yellow jacket season. And you know, this time of year you can't eat outside
I do know that.
because of the yellow jackets. And according to Howard Russell, entomologist at Michigan State University, they are meaner this year for some reason. September is their peak. They may look like bees, but they're vicious and they attack, and they are not pollinators. They are
They're
attackers.
killer bees.
They're killer bees, yeah. And they their venom is very potent. You don't want to get stung by them. And they become nasty in late August and September as they develop a sweet tooth for sugary foods like candy, pop, and ice cream. So that's why they swarm picnics. They love the sweet foods as much as the humans. True story.
Wonderful.
And so be aware, it's yellow jacket season. They're not the bees. The bees aren't going to attack you. It's the yellow jackets.
You
They
know
will
what my least favorite thing to do in life is?
No.
Picnic.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't want to do it. Let's have a picnic. No, I don't want to have a picnic. Thank you very much. Have you been following the UAW contract negotiations?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're getting down to less than 10 days to the deadline of the current contract. Say a strike, even a 10-day strike could cost Michigan over $5 billion in economic activity. So very, very concerning. Very concerning. What do you think is going to happen?
I think they're going to strike.
I think so too. They seem to be far apart on negotiations. The UAW wants obviously increased pay, 32-hour work week, and I believe restored pension, if that's correct. You might know more than I do.
Well, the automakers are making billions, and the workers want a share of that.
Yes, they do.
And they've seen what's happened with UPS and some other contract negotiations and settlements already this year. But there are others that are still out on strike, like Hollywood. The entertainment industry is on the path towards self-destruction, and so is the cable industry.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. Brandon, real quick trivia. How many UAW workers in the state of Michigan?
No clue. I'm going to say 50,000.
143,000.
Wow.
Yeah, not a bad guess though. Yeah, so a lot of folks, a lot of people, a lot of families, right?
Yeah, and
Over,
a lot of
over a million people, 10% of the state's population affected.
and a lot of suppliers will also be negatively affected by a strike. Many of those right here in Jackson, as our manufacturing community does supply a lot of parts to the big three. I know you are not a fan of flying. You would not have been a fan of flying on this Delta flight.
I'm not even a fan of hearing about this one.
Delta flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to turn around because a passenger had diarrhea all the way through the plane.
Interesting.
Yes, it was called extreme diarrhea. Now, I've heard of explosive diarrhea.
I've heard of
never heard of
explosive.
extreme diarrhea.
There's a chance I have this once on a plane. But why didn't the guy just lock himself in the bathroom? And
I don't know.
I almost didn't get on a plane once because I thought this could happen. Just, gave myself a little panic attack in my head. Now that I know that this really can't happen, I mean, is there any footage from inside the
No,
plane?
but there is the recordings. The pilot said to air traffic control, Delta A350, this is a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who's had diarrhea all the way through the airplane. That's what he said. A passenger has had diarrhea all the way through the airplane.
I'm sure they'll get some vouchers.
What was he running up and down the aisle? I mean, how do you have...
I don't know. I mean, could have been in first class, and when it took off, all the diarrhea went to the back. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to maybe see if we can talk to the pilot. Crimson, speaking of aviation, this Saturday, you can stop by the Jackson County Airport for military aviation displays. No one better have any biohazard diarrhea in the Rosie's Revenge. That would be terrible. But check it out. Military aviation display this Saturday, 10 to 3, presented by JTV, Bailey Family Foundation, M&K, Trips, the Hearst Foundation, Advance, Turning Yankee Air Museum, Club B, which, again, I want to invite you to that if you're ever in the greater St. Louis area. Jimmy's Towing as well. So check that out this Saturday at the Jackson County Airport.
Sounds like fun. We're going to have beautiful weekend weather,
Oh,
too.
it's going to be great.
The police blotter this morning, officers were dispatched to Wisner in Washington. Nice residential
I
area.
really like that
Yes.
area, yes.
A vehicle stopped at the stop sign for an extended period of time. Guy just stopped.
Well, was it the four-way stop?
Probably was. Wisner in Washington?
Wisner in Washington is a four-way.
Four-way.
And I've stopped at that.
Yes.
a
Well,
long
he stayed at the stop sign. The gentleman at the wheel, a 36-year-old male, was arrested for OWI, carrying a concealed weapon, and possession of cocaine.
Oh my God, the trifecta.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh, blood alcohol level, 0.278. It's pretty high.
When was this?
Wisner in Washington.
When?
Over the weekend.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't just a weekday thing. Okay. Oh wow, that's it's a tough one. Brandon, you may help me out with this. I drove by the Pickle Barrel, and it looks like they have had some work done. Like the city had to come in and like dig out half of their parking lot. Did you see that?
No.
Oh my God. Yes.
So-
So I'm thinking like, when is this going to open? And I drive by the other day, and half of the parking lot is not half, but 1/10 of it's gone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I thought, oh, they're getting ready to redo the blacktop again, which probably needs to be redone again. But I thought, what is going on? I want a sandwich so bad. I drive by it every day on my way home.
It's been not open for so long. They've had to redo their parking lot twice.
It's been not open longer than it was. No, I don't know, but I felt so bad when I drove by that. I'm like, oh no, what has
They've
happened?
I know the owners. They've had a lot of issues. With all kinds of equipment. It's very expensive to open a restaurant and to run a restaurant. It's a lot of work. It's very hard, and we wish them the best.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I cannot
Yes.
wait till they get open.
we do hope they open.
There's a fall open house at Crimson Oak Wood Co. on Saturday. You can check out all their fall decor and fall furniture. Their open house is on Saturday from 10 to 3 at Crimson Oak, 1901 Horton Road.
You know Sue Kelly?
Do I? I do know Sue Kelly.
Sue Kelly, I think everyone in town knows Sue Kelly, and when you see her picture, you'll say, oh yeah, I know her. I've seen her everywhere. She is everywhere, but you know what she did yesterday?
I don't know. Wait, let's wait
Oh.
until her picture comes up. She did what?
Hole in
A
one.
hole in one. Okay. She had it. Guess where she had it? At her
At-
brother's.
Her brother's golf course.
Yeah, Hankard Hills, hole 25. That's on the executive course. It's a par 3, 74 yards. Sue took a 9-iron.
One of the foursome is still quite dazed.
I mean, they went after it afterwards. Sue bought a round for everyone on property. A 9-iron, 74 yards, hole in one. Congratulations.
That's great.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. The foursome, do they look dazed?
No, they look happy. They look very happy.
They look like maybe they've already.
You know what happens? The other three are upset that they weren't the ones
Right.
that got the hole in one.
But they get the free drinks.
You get the free drinks. Sue's buying. So, and if Sue didn't buy, chase her down. She needs to buy. So, congratulations.
Well, Inch might have bought because he's Sue's.
Sue
brother.
might have just helped herself to whatever she wanted.
You know where I've seen Sue? She
Here?
takes the money at the Polish Falcons fish fry.
She does.
Yeah,
Yeah, she does.
yeah.
She doesn't take it. She collects.
Collects
it.
the money.
Collects it.
Well, maybe she.
We had a busy night in sports. Let's get to it. Our Extreme Dodge scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Extreme. And Noah has been telling me that this scoreboard is pretty good today. Volleyball, Grass Lake, they beat Tecumseh and Stockbridge. Jackson Christian fell to Pittsford. Notice that the 7th grade volleyball score wasn't in the scoreboard today, guys. We'll have to talk about that. Boys cross country, Columbia Central finished 2nd. Boys soccer, Jackson, they beat Adrian 5-2. Gabriel Richard beat Northwest 4-1. Girls golf, Jackson High, they finished 2nd in their match. Boys tennis, Columbia and Tecumseh tied at 4. Northwest beat Harper Creek 7-1. And in college athletics, Indiana Wesleyan swept SAU 7-0 in both the men's and women's. Here's what's coming up on deck for today. We have a lot going on. A lot of volleyball.
Wow.
A lot going on.
Are you going to
today.
volleyball again today?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to volleyball, just practice today. Next game is Tuesday. So a lot of volleyball games. Springport Invitational is today at 4 o'clock. Cross country, boys soccer, Columbia Central is our only local team that's home. Girls golf, Cascades is at Hanover today, and Concord playing in Hudson. College sports, Jackson College at Muskegon in soccer, and Spring Arbor at Rochester. Same thing on the women's side, volleyball. Spring Arbor travels down to Marion, and that's all coming up on deck for
Nice.
Extreme Dodge.
Last night at the Ellis Sharp Museum, the Healthcare Angel Awards were presented, and you can see a gallery from last night's event by JTV's Sarah Scaife at jtv.tv. Congratulations to the Healthcare Angels class of 2023. So, also at the Ella, the last patio party of the year.
Yeah, September 28th.
And they have, it's just one a month. I heard you say they were like every other week. It's just one a month. They change every year. And this year it's one a month. And it's a theme. Every month it's a different decade. And in September it is the 1980s.
Okay.
And I went to the 60s one last month, and I thought it was the 70s. So I was dressed like in the future.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd do a good 80s one. That'd be fun.
So
Yeah, they sell out quick, so buy your tickets to that for
Yeah.
September 28th.
they've all sold out. Who's on the show today?
We've got a wonderful show lined up. We're going to get things started with Mary Beth Leonard and Joshua Williams from Lifeways right after this break.